Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing? Oops. Hope everyone had a great Halloween. I'm excited to talk about everything that I did this weekend. It was so fast. It was actually ridiculously fast. Shared it over. Let's get into this. Hello. Oh. Whoop. Hey. Wow. It's been a quick, very full, very productive weekend, I would say overall. I'm excited to talk about it. I don't want to waste any time because I am kind of tired. As per the usual. That's the life here. Working hard, playing hard. Not really playing too much. I mean, I don't play around that much. Just do everything 100% is kind of what I try to do. So, without further ado, welcome to the MJS Daily Recap, and let's get into this shit. What do you think? Cool transition. That's dope. All right. This is the weekend recap. Didn't stream last night. We're streaming tonight, and we're going to talk about Saturday and Sunday. A lot of good things in here. A lot of big progress. A lot of stuff that I want to show on the screen here. And like I said, we're going to try to do it as fast as possible because I do need to go to sleep because I got a big week ahead of me because my weekdays are actually more enjoyable and a lot even. They're the fun days. So let's get into it. All right, so Saturday I worked at Ray's, per the usual. Nothing normally ever changes there. So there during the day, actually, what I was trying to do though at Ray's today this weekend was I was trying to focus on like what I could do to while I'm still there, while I'm at Ray's, what can I do when there's downtime and stuff like that, on my phone and just different things. I'm trying to maximize every second because I normally work at home during the weekdays, right? On a bunch of different things, a million different projects going on, all sorts of different stuff. But what I wanted to do here was, I don't know, I do this every weekend. I normally have a piece of paper and I write down shit as I'm working. But I did it this week and I actually did get a decent amount of things accomplished. One thing that I did was reached out to the Pittsburgh Chiropractor. I don't know if anybody's gotten this shit on TikTok, but there's this guy. He has a office in Mount Lebanon right here in Pittsburgh. And he has 500,000 followers on TikTok, and he just makes videos about stretching and all sorts of different other things. And I reached out to him because I'd like to go to a chiropractor. I've never been to one. My right hip gives me a little bit of trouble. I feel like I could just use a nice alignment and maybe some information on how to be a better, be healthier in that manner. I think that would be cool. So I reached out to him. He did not answer me back, but he's also got 11K on Instagram. So I don't know how often he checks that, but there's that. I got a few more yeses for the FBP the guest list, so that's good. I'm always looking for guests for FBP, so I need to write that somewhere. I have a note about that later on here. We'll touch on that, but I got a few yeses, so that's dope. Added a book to the MJS Good Reads page. So let's go over there now. We'll go to the MJS site. You gotta bookmark this. You gotta bookmark this site. There's so much good shit on here. I'm telling you, it's just growing by the day. So if you go over here to These Are For You, and you go down to Good Reads, this is what I'm talking about here. There's 6 books on here right now. I've only read one of them, and I don't read, so I should actually maybe make a note of that. This is the one. I have to do something different. This isn't done, but I'm just putting them on here because I have the content, and this is the one that I have listened to. And it's pretty solid. I have more to do as far as the way that I visually how this is, but as far as, this goes, $1 Trillion Coach, terrific book. This one was recommended to me by a buddy of mine, The Power of Now. So go check that one out as well. I don't think these links work either yet. So we're doing a lot of work here, but this is going to be a dope page. I'm very excited about that. We got a lot more coming here. Check out the site. Check it out now. Check it out in weeks from now and see how it's changed. So that's my update there on the Good Reads thing. We added a book to that. Had a Halloween party. Worked. Tried to do some stuff at work. Came home. Got ready. Went to a Halloween party to trick or treat. Might have seen some of the posts. We'll go through them here in a second. And then went to left that one party and went to another party with some friends and hung out and just chilled. But Halloween was fun. It was interesting. That was on a Saturday. It was on a full moon. Lots of things going on. Pretty cool. So enjoyed that. And then so one thing though that was like in my calendar for a while from now. Wow, since probably about like September, August, or whatever, I wanted to have the MJS site that I just showed you. I wanted to have it done at the end of October. That didn't happen, but we've also expanded the scope of that project to a certain degree. So we're working on that. I don't know when that's going to be done. Maybe next month. We'll see. I don't know. What else we got? I want to go through the Instagram thing. This is interesting. So the Citi fraud was fixed. I looked on my Citi card the other day, and it looks like they took off that $150 charge that somebody charged to like my account in Walmart in Arkansas. So that's great. Always fun to I don't know, not have to deal with fraud bullshit. So that's fun. Yeah, I'm really tired if you can't tell. So we're just scooting through this, but there's some good stuff. Very excited to talk about this. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to go over here. Let's go through this real quick. So this is the Instagram. If you're not following on Instagram, you should probably follow on Instagram. That would probably be a good play. Go check that out. Boom. And what was I going to say? So I just posted this one. This one's kind of funny. I'm starting to think that bitch Carol Baskin ain't so bad after all. That's pretty funny. I laughed when I wrote that. And then had some good stories today. So let me go to the beginning. So we tried to do this. We recorded an AM and the PM tonight, and we tried to do this thing where people can ask questions through here. Nobody really gave too much of a shit. We didn't get any. But that's okay. And then this is funny. This is me saying that I hate snow, so you should watch that. And then this was a great tweet, I thought. Just so much toxicity and shit going on before this election. So, but I truly believe this. Like, everybody has their own opinions. You do what you want. But I honestly feel like, so many of us get wrapped up in this type of shit, and I do my best to not. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but like this is just important, I think, in my opinion. You gotta make sure that you have your shit together, and you gotta make sure that you're focusing on the things that you're doing, because there's so many distractions out there. You're just gonna get fucked if you don't. So, kind of my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. This was a funny scene from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We watched that tonight, and then so to piggyback off of what I said in the beginning there with the ask us anything type thing, I made a page. So like I think maybe one of the reasons was because people didn't want their picture to show up, maybe, I don't know, but you can ask totally anonymously now on our website, amandthepmpodcast.com/ask us anything. And then this was something that I thought was really cool, because I've literally done this. I've literally, I've literally removed some negative people from my life. Not too many, but just like, any negativity, I just kind of like cut it. And then I've committed, 500% of the goal. I've tried to stay humble. I've learned from my mistakes. I'm building skills, and I'm trying to reinvent myself. Like literally, this is me in 2020. So I'm very excited about that. And I don't know, we'll see where it continues to go. This is that Ask Us Anything page. I'm going to put that in the chat here as well. If you go to that link, you will see this page. And if you type something in here and you press submit, then we will get the question, and we will try to answer it on one of our episodes. So definitely go do that. Very excited about this. I built this page in 5 minutes. That's the beauty of being a web developer. and having weird ideas in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we do here? So we worked at Ray's again today. Came home, filmed that episode like I was talking about of AM and the PM, and then finished the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You can see like how the Instagram story kind of like mirrors the things that I'm doing. I posted that Halloween IG post. I talked about that. Scheduled FPP guests for next week, so I need one for this week. So I got a yes, and I said, and I scheduled them for next week's episode. Or actually, yeah, next week's. Wait a second. I'm just having a brain aneurysm right now because yes. So I need one for, let me see. Let me look at a calendar. This is going to be easier if I look at a calendar. I have one for the 4th. I need one for the 11th. I have one for the 18th. So I need to film with somebody before the 11th is what I'm saying. Got to find somebody for that. So we did that, and then I made that page, and that was kind of it. I have some things that I want to do here, and I want to talk about these things real quick, and then we're going to get off here. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to go to cool thing. Hey, how you doing? So let's talk real quick. So I had some thoughts. Here's what I've been doing. What I've been doing is like I'll be at the restaurant or I'll be somewhere and I'll be like working or whatever. And if I have a thought, I write it down in here, and then I want to share that because I can't really normally share it like right away. So here's a couple of things. So the first one, I was doing this thing the other day, and I do it all the time, where like I talk to somebody that I feel like, I think there's probably a common denominator, maybe somebody that's like intimidating, or somebody that like I feel is more successful than me, or further along or whatever. And I talk with them, and I do this bullshit where I feel like I need to defend what I'm doing. Like, so I'm talking to somebody, and I automatically assume that they think that I think they're gonna ask me like how much money I'm making doing these things, or like this, that, or the other. And it's like, fuck any of that. Like, literally just talk like I do on the stream here. I enjoy what I'm doing. I'm working my ass off. I am doing my absolute best to continue to build these things, and I know that I'm having success. It's that simple. Like, you don't need to fucking defend your decisions. You should try to make good decisions, in my opinion, and I do. But like, that's what I'm saying is like, you don't need to like say like, I can't even describe it. Like, you would just know if you kind of watched different conversations that I have. But I just, it's like I exude a lot of confidence, I think, at certain times, and it's because it's warranted, like I'm doing good stuff. But then other times when I talk to certain people or I'm in certain situations, it's just not the same, and I'm just like kind of a little bit I look and I probably sound like I am not confident in what I'm doing, but in reality I'm 120% confident. So just something that I want to limit because I think it's not good, and I'm cognizant of it. So that was one thing. Second thing is invest. There was a situation where like I thought about this, and it's like investing in and iterating on your business will save you time, money, and limit stress. And what I mean by that is specifically, I was like thinking about like Ray's restaurant, family restaurant that my grandmother owns, and using them as the example. But there's many other instances of it, throughout the world and throughout time and history or whatever. But like, just like a business where, or like any sort of thing where you kind of like plateau and you don't want to like get better in a sense, or you don't want to continue to iterate and try to expand. You're just like content with where you're at. It's kind of dangerous in my opinion, because when you do that, then you stop chasing something. You stop like trying to make the whole process better. And when you stop making the whole process better, it's hard to get new business. It's hard to get more people interested. It's hard to sell. It's hard to do all these different things, like whatever you're trying to do. And I just think that that's a real trap that people fall into a lot. And specifically, like when in a small business, such as this, with Ray's there, for instance, like you don't have there are so many more things that you need to do, and you need to like stress yourself out with and just like, devote time to, that you might not. Like, for instance, the one thing that came to my mind is like, I thought about how many of a certain item we made today, for instance, right? And I like that simple thought triggered like 18 things in my mind, which this always happens. So let's say let's paraphrase here. Let's make a scenario. Let's say that you run a little restaurant for 8 hours a day or whatever, and in that 8 hours, like, you want to know how many times you got an order for 2 eggs and toast, right? Random example. There's no real way for you to know that unless, like, you go through, like, the checks and stuff like that and read them off and stuff, because right now we basically have, like, a glorified calculator for, like, a register and shit like that, and there's no, like, inventory and any, like, management stuff. I imagine at bigger restaurants they have that sort of a thing. But even as a small business, if you would invest in those types of things and always incrementally step up your equipment and your process and things like that, then you're just going to continue to build, and you're going to continue to hopefully attract new customers, new investors, perhaps new employees, like, just things to, nobody wants to, like, people fuck themselves all the time, but I don't think anybody really wants to feel like they're standing still. Like, stick with me on this. Like, I don't know, like, do you feel better when, like, you're making progress, or do you feel better when you're just, like, fucking chilling? Like, yeah, chilling is fun. Like, watching a movie and, doing whatever the fuck you want to do is fun for a time. I'm not saying don't have chill time. But in the long run, like, do you think that is not fun? Like, do you think that you'd rather be just indefinitely chilling? I don't think you would. I think you'd be pretty upset. I think you'd be pretty down, pretty out about it. So that's a weird, kind of, correlation there. But what I'm saying is, in business, I think that people are more attracted to businesses that are flourishing and trying to grow. You don't need to be like fucking Apple or anything like that, or like be the top of the thing. It's just try to continue to get better, like, little by little. Like, that's fucking fueled by progress. Like, I don't know. It's just my tip. But I thought about that, and I wanted to mention that because I think that's very pertinent to a lot of discussions here. Okay, and then the last, like, little thought that I had. So this was an interesting thing. So I said something to myself, like, I thought in my head, I need to put up something on FBP, like I talked about earlier, like on the social media, on the website, on something that says, hey, we're always looking for guests. Like, we're always looking to schedule guests. So if you would like to be on the show, please reach out to us. We'll try to set something up. Right? Something like that. So, like, again, I have a list of people that I know that I'd like to come on the show, and some of them obviously I've gotten to, some of them I haven't yet, just one a week, obviously, just time limits. But I wanted to put something like saying, like, hey, if you are interested, if you watch the show or you're somebody that wants to be on the show, then let me know and we'll try to set it up. So I can get, like, a little bit more, like, not just me going out and getting people, but people coming in potentially. It's actually funny too, quick side note, that I've gotten random people emailing me asking if they could be on the show, but I think it's like bullshit where it's like just like they're emailing a lot of different people. I don't think like they're actually interested in Fueled by Progress, and that's where I kind of draw the line. It's like I'm not really trying to do that, especially if I don't know who the fuck you are. It's like I don't like if Joe Rogan reached out to me and wanted to be on the show, then obviously I'm going to say yeah, probably, because I can validate the person. I have a real problem, especially on LinkedIn. This is going off topic, but I have a real problem, especially on LinkedIn, when people just like jump the fuck into your DMs and think that they can ask you to sit down for a call or this, that, and the other thing. Like, it doesn't fucking work. If you're one of those people, don't do that. Like, it's stupid. Like, it's really fucking stupid. How do you think? Like, I reached out to this one content creator on YouTube, Dean Bogg. He's from Pittsburgh, and I messaged him like a little 2-paragraph thing on Instagram. I was like, hey, I really love your work. I'm psyched to see what you're doing. You're in Pittsburgh. I'm in Pittsburgh. I'd love to just connect like on here and just like kind of be. I don't even know what that means. Like, just like kind of like be part of the network together, right? Just so like I exist and I know you exist. Same, vice versa type thing. And maybe we could work together at some point. Maybe, right? But I didn't like jump the fuck in and ask like, hey, jump on the podcast, like do like all this other stuff. So I really hate it when people do that on LinkedIn. And I really, the podcast thing is the same thing. It's like you want podcast, you want to sit down on a podcast. Well, this isn't the podcast for you. Like, I don't know who the fuck you are, and I don't know who you are, and you just asked me for something random. So it's a little weird. But anyway, what I was saying, back to the topic at hand. I was thinking about that. Like, I was thinking about putting a solicitation type thing outward, like saying, hey, we're always looking for guests. Then I had this thought in my head, and it was like, So I randomly thought about this. Okay, I randomly thought about thing X. In this case, the thinking about the guest thing. I randomly thought about thing X, and then my mind jumped to the idea that, a lot of times I bet a lot of people think about thing X, whatever that thing is, and then they don't write it down and they forget about it. They don't they think about it and they're like, I should do blank. But they don't give enough of a fuck to follow through with it. I don't know the percentage on the people and how often people do that. However, I'm sure there are people like that, and I'm pretty confident that that is what separates people that get shit done from obviously people that don't get shit done. But like, it's just like, you gotta fucking respect yourself. Like, if you have a thought that comes to your mind, it's probably worthwhile. So if you think that you should go do thing X, then write it the fuck down and go do it when you have time. Like, I don't understand why people don't do that sort of a thing. And it's tough to me because, like, I'm so list oriented, I'm so, like, detail oriented, and I want to make sure that I'm hitting all these things and checking all these boxes and stuff like that. And it's kind of exhausting, but it's extremely fulfilling at the same time because I'm just a fucking monster. This past week and weekend, it's been crazy. Like, been just doing so much shit, having fun and getting progress done. That's why I said it's like it's incredible. So I just thought that was like a major key in life. It's like, just do the shit that you say you should do, and you're gonna be so far ahead of the fucking game. And what did I write there? If you think that of something that you should do, write it down and go fucking do it. I just think that separates a lot of people. So that's kind of it. And I have one bonus thing to talk about here real quick, because I did watch a quick video with Matt Diavella today about it, and it is debt. I'm a finance guy, just from YouTube and stuff like that. I really am, I'm into all that, and I have like almost like a 90 grand net worth. I'm not flexing. I'm just I do that as a credibility piece, and that's not in fucking cash. So it's like in like retirement accounts and some stocks and different things like that, so there's obviously like smart ways to do that, and I'm not going to go into a whole finance thing. I want to build a finance crash course and do a lot of shit, but here's the thing. The video was about how to be financially independent, and the video talked a lot about debt and how you get into debt, consumerism, cars, houses, like all this shit. I'm watching this video, and I'm like, I have no debt. Paid off my student loans in a year, 26 grand, paid it off in a year. I paid off, I never had a car payment. I've never really had any other debt other than those student loans. And I paid those off, like I said, year out of college. And I've been debt free. And I invest, I fund my retirement accounts, I try to save money. The biggest thing that I spend money on is food. 100% is food. Some hockey gear here and there, some business assets that we have, the gear and stuff like that recently. But other than that, I pretty much don't spend a lot of money. Like, it's pretty much just food. And I got to thinking, and I was like, sometimes I feel like I'm not making, enough money, which I'm not making enough money per se, but like, what is enough? But like, we're going to make more, right? That's the point. But sometimes I get to thinking like, I'm like, maybe I'm in a bad place. I'm not in like a good enough place. And I always want to get better, but you can't put yourself down too much. And I'm not going to like toot my own horn here, but like, I don't know what that is. Thank you for the bullshit URL. I appreciate that. Anyway, the thing that is extremely important here. Okay, lost my train of thought there for a second. Like with the debt thing, like I don't have any debt, and if I don't have any debt, then I don't owe anybody any money, and that means that like I can only go up. So, I mean, you could lose money in investments and stuff like that, but the point that I'm trying to make is that you are so fucking far ahead of the game if you don't have any debt that like there's really no reason to stress, because you don't owe anybody any money. So I'm not gonna go too much deeper into this because, like I said, I'm tired and stuff. But that is the real thing to think about. Just if you can just limit the debt, it's like fucking amazing. It's literally it's so good to not have to owe anybody any money. And when you get fucked up in that, and it's just a total cluster, no matter if it's school, no matter if it's anything, it's really difficult. So try not to do that, but that's just my 2 cents on that. But like I said, financial crash course and a lot of other things coming as far as all that goes. That's pretty much it as far as what we did this weekend and thoughts that I had. Huge weekend, huge like bunch of progress made, a lot of fun, great time, super fast, literally 48 hours, blink of an eye. It's crazy. My life is moving pretty fast in the micro, obviously, but in the macro, we're just getting fucking started. So I'm very excited. Couple things I want to note real quick about like the stuff that I want to do this week, just to kind of be accountable here and to kind of give you guys an idea, because if anybody does watch these live or on the rerun, this is a fucking gold mine as far as like the things that I'm doing. Like I'm literally talking about and predicting the things that I'm doing. I'm very excited to document all this. This week, look for a setup video being published on my YouTube channel about all this shit that I have. And I will drop the link to my channel in the chat thing here. Actually, it's literally just my name. So, let's see here. / Mark J. Szymanski. Nice. I like that. So make sure you subscribe over there on the YouTubes. I would greatly appreciate that. And look for, like I said, look for the new video. It's going to be coming up. The setup tour. It's going to have the PC. It's going to have all the stuff here. I don't go super into depth like so far in the footage that I have about like what each thing is. Like I talk about it a little bit, but it's not like a review of everything. It's like, this is what I have. And then I steer you over to the page on my, and if you want to see it now, you can see it right now. Like not the video, but the gear. Let me go take you there real quick. I can do that because I have the power of the internet, and I will put the link in the chat here. If you want to go there, you can see right now all the gear that I have. You can click on links. They're affiliate links. So if you click on them and you purchase something, you won't cost you any more money, but it will give me a small commission. So I greatly appreciate that. But this is everything that I have, and like a little bit of a write-up about most of the things here so far. Still working on this site, obviously, about the gear itself and what I think of it. Like I said, the video is going to have a little bit of that, not too much, but it's kind of like, say, here's everything that I have. Go check out this page. That's kind of, the gist of that. But look out for the setup video. Like I said, subscribe on YouTube. I'd appreciate that. And look out for the setup video coming soon. I need to schedule an FVP episode guest. And I want to get the first FVP product out, I would hope by the end of the year. I need to figure out the logistics of the actual first like shirt, if you will, whatever the fuck we're going to do first. And I want it to be solid. I want it to be like a good shirt that's not just like off of the shelf at like a Teespring or Printful or anything like that. I want it to be like a high quality fucking thing, because I don't want to screw around with stuff that's like merch oriented for FBP. I want that to be a fucking brand because it's important to me. And I know that it has the same level of weight to the brand that all these other ones have. And I know that I can do it. So that's my idea. Wow, this keyboard feels way heavier than usual. Weird. So I'm working on that. And also, we will be having more AM and the PM merch. You can actually go purchase some AM and the PM merch right now. And I'm going to put the link here because I have tested this and it works. And Amanda has a shirt coming that we went through and we did the whole process on. So if you go to right there on that link, amandthepmpodcast.com/shop on whatever platform you're on, you should see that link. Then you can buy currently a crop top in women's and then some stickers, but we're going to have a hoodie, t-shirts, and beanies here very soon. I just need to design them and put them on the store, and then you can purchase them. So yeah, lots happening. I need to go to the chiropractor too here pretty soon, hopefully finishing up a Find a Tech project this week. We are literally all over the fucking map with the stuff that we're doing, and I couldn't be happier because I know all of it is going to be very successful, and we're going to build it up, and it's just going to be great, and I'm going to have a great life along with Amanda, and anybody that wants to be a part of all this. I'm always looking to expand my network, the people that I can learn from, the people that I can influence positively, like all these different things. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep because I got to start a big week tomorrow. I'm so excited. I love Mondays. I actually hate Fridays right now. I love Mondays, hate Fridays. Totally different than everyone else. But yeah, that's it. And as always, guys, I appreciate the support 100%. I don't care if you stop in here for a second. I don't care if you like one post, if you just scroll through the shit. I don't care. It doesn't matter. If you are giving me any bit of your time, I tremendously appreciate it, and I'm never going to take that for granted. So I thank you so much. And that's it. I'm glad I got to stream tonight, even though I was tired. Appreciate anybody that checked it out. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.